Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to the Driving Home Reviews podcast. This is a podcast that features mine and my girlfriend Hannah's unfiltered, spoiler-filled thoughts about films we've just seen on the drive home. Just a heads up, there's a lot of strong language, full spoilers, obviously, and a lot of comments about what we see on the road, so we hope you enjoy. For this episode, we went and saw Free Guy. Sorry, I've put a question mark in the little script that I'm reading off. So, for this episode, we went and saw Free Guy, the new film from Ryan Reynolds and stars. Oh, it's got loads of people in it. We've got a bit of Joe Keery off of Stranger Things, Jodie Comer, fresh from Killing Eve, Taika Waititi off of directing, and a whole bunch of other things as well. And then there's so many cameos in this film, you wouldn't even believe. Well, I say so many, there's like 4 or 5. But basically, Ryan Reynolds is an NPC character in a video game who thinks, nah, I don't want to do this anymore, and goes on a bit of an adventure. Anyway, let's find out what we thought, shall we? Oh, we should go for a wee. But this is what don't, because it was really fucking busy, so I was like, yeah,
Nice though, let's go.
Yeah, ugly Mercedes.
Ugly Mercedes.
It's really fucking ugly.
Oh. Oh, big yawn. Oh, excuse me. Oh, infectious.
Hey, you cheeky goon. Where'd you got
That was bonkers.
that? That it was.
So bonkers. I loved it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that.
Yeah. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Funny.
It was so funny and just so stupid.
Yeah.
Loved it.
You know what really annoyed me? I wish I'd turned to you and said it before we went in.
What?
Was how much do you want to bet there's going to be like a 90s pop song in this that is referenced really heavily?
What made you think that would be?
It was just that sort of because
that's a very like specific.
Yeah, it's because I was thinking
before you go into a film.
It's because I was thinking I know what Ryan Reynolds is like.
Yeah.
And if he's had anything to do with producing it, then it's going to be, you know, like Deadpool 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's very specific. Like they have like specific songs, don't they? From like the 90s, obviously when he was growing up and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what I was like, I wish I'd said it. And then as soon as it started, that Mariah Carey song came on. I was like, fuck's sake.
Oh.
I did.
Laura would have loved it purely for that reason.
She would have. She would have absolutely loved it.
She would have been there bopping to Mariah like, hell yeah.
She's got a karaoke microphone out, wouldn't she? Like,
yeah. God, yeah. Yeah, so true.
Shout out to Queen of Bedford.
Our Bedfordshire.
Oh, Bedfordshire, of course. The only thing I will say about it is, though, it gave me very Lego Movie vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
it was...
It really did. It was like
the same concept, kind of, but this one Lego for video games.
Yeah, it was like if Lego Movie was like live action.
Yeah.
That's what it would look like and feel like, I think.
Yeah. I did quite like, because this is I feel like you could tell that this was written by someone who likes video games, understands like the small bits of video games.
Yeah, understands like every little, because there were like, you know, phrases and terms that they were using, and I was like, I have no idea what that means, but I don't care.
One of my favourite things was just like the background stuff, you know, when they were like player characters and they were running along, but they were like running and jumping.
Yes.
Because I was like, that's classic video game.
Yeah.
Where if you've got a long distance to run, you run and jump just to see if it makes you go any quicker, and there's something else to do while you're running to the place you need to get to.
Yeah, and there was one like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like facing a building and it kept jumping and jumping.
Oh yeah, it was
and then
glitching.
it got like stuck in the air, didn't it?
And it was like lagging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that as well. I was like, that's good.
Just
God,
like
they're fucking doing a number on this roundabout, aren't they?
they really are. Just like all the little details in the
Yep.
background that made it.
I also really liked, because obviously he went and got all the coffee cups. He went and kept getting coffee every day.
Yeah.
All the
bins.
trash cans
Yeah.
are just full of
They're just full of coffee cups. Nothing else.
And and he went and got the ice cream as well.
Yeah.
And it was full of ice cream trucks as
Yeah.
well. I was like, nice. But yeah, and it was just those little details and just like there was a lot of like tippity tappity classic movie hacking sort of thing where I was like, I don't think that's quite obviously as someone who's not a professional hacker, I just don't think it's where you go clack 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 boom.
Yeah.
I mean, it was more realistic because at least they were bringing like the C drive menu up when they were doing their hacking and bringing up like the relevant menus and stuff. But
yeah, you wouldn't be able to type that out that quickly.
But then, it was just really like, it was just good how it like. This is the first film that's felt like it really understood video games.
Yeah.
And like drew on it and did something really unique with it. And it was really good. It was really refreshing. There were bits that were funny as well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
It's so good to see Channing Tatum back in a film because he's not been in a film for like 4 years.
Right? Like, where's he been?
I don't know if it's cause
It's been such a long time.
because him and his wife, like, because they got divorced, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they?
I think they did.
I feel like I knew that, but I probably blocked
Forgotten
it from
about
my
it 'cause it's really
brain,
sad.
'cause, Yeah, I think I do remember that thing actually.
So maybe he's just took some time to help raise his kids and
Maybe.
stuff. Fair play. If he's going to come back and do fun cameos like this,
Yeah.
or just come back and do films, by all means, come back and do them.
Heck yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, he was so good, so good. Because I feel like Channing Tatum is a funny guy.
He is funny.
When he can just be, because him in the 21 and 22 Jump Streets is he is so good. Just anything he's in where he's not like being like a little rom-commy loving guy, he's just funny. I love him.
He has actually got quite a bit of range. I was talking about this with someone at work the other day actually, saying that it's nice to see variation, like when he did Foxcatcher.
Yeah, because he
can do.
Yeah, he's got some acting chops on him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And when he's
Just to prove that he can. 'Cause people always staple him as like the rom-com. But he has actually got.
because those damn Nicholas Sparks films.
Oh wow, yeah.
God damn it.
Dear John.
Yeah, that's the one where she forgets and then he's like, no, I'm your husband, I swear.
No.
Is it not?
No.
Which one's that?
Dear John is the one with Amanda Seyfried, and he's like he goes to war.
Ah,
He's
he's an American boy.
yeah,
He's Mr. America.
and his dad is I can't think of the actor's name, but he's like got Alzheimer's.
Ah, okay. Is he in that one with
There is
the forgetting one?
What, the time traveler's body?
No, the other Rachel McAdams one, the one where
I think he is.
yeah, okay,
Now that you've said that,
yeah,
mate,
that.
all the Mean Girls girls.
Yeah, same Channing Tatum.
Yeah. Yeah, what is that? No,
What is it?
Not about time.
Dear, no, letter, no.
Bug me, I can't remember.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, because she has a car crash, doesn't she? She's like, I don't remember anything. He's like, no,
Did I say that?
no, Time Traveler's wife's
That's
the.
someone else, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that is her.
Yeah.
That's the Bill Nye one, isn't it? The one where he times travels. Is that no? That's about
That's
time.
about time, yeah, with Domhnall Gleeson.
Which one's in time? Is that Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried?
Yeah, it is with the things in their arms.
Yeah.
And they've got a countdown.
And I think Time Traveler, that film. Pretty sure that has Rachel McAdams in it as well.
Yeah,
guessing it's. Well, I'm guessing that's about the time traveler's wife.
I think she forgets him.
Right.
In the one where
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember seeing the end of it, and she's like, "Oh my god, I remember," and it's like, yeah.
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah, we got distracted.
Off on a wild tangent.
Channing Tatum. Well, you know what I was saying to you before though, like just before it started, and I was like, there's like a fine line between the Ryan Reynolds that I really like and the Ryan Reynolds that really annoys me.
Yeah.
And this film decided to flip-flop between both of those things.
Okay. So were there bits where you were?
Yeah, there were bits where I was like, this is annoying Ryan Reynolds. And then there were bits where I was like, okay, this is fun. I don't know what it was. I think it was. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's when he's being. I think I'm just trying to think, like when he's like Detective Pikachu sort of levels of like annoying.
Yeah.
But then there are the times where I don't know. I can't think of an analogy. But there are times where he's really annoying.
Can you think of an example?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It was just like I think it's the bits, when he was like it was more the bits at the beginning when he was being the NPC character.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, I love coffee, and then the way he like sometimes the way he describes things.
Yeah.
And it's like it's always something that you can tell he's just improved.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm not a fan of those times where you can tell it's like forced improv.
Not a fan.
Because I feel like they probably did that take about 50 times. And he said something different each time.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, well, this is funny. And I was like, I don't know, because I didn't find it funny.
No, I don't think I did either.
And there were a couple of bits where I was like, you can tell you've done this for laughs, and it's really not.
Yeah.
It's just completely felt flat.
Yeah.
You know, a bit like that bit in Suicide Squad where they like fall through the building, and it was like, you can tell this is meant to be funny, but it's just like, nope.
I think because obviously the screen was quite full, there was still, a few people that kind of chuckled.
Yeah.
But then maybe that emphasised the fact that it wasn't that funny even more because not everyone laughed.
I think that's what it. I think if it wasn't as full of screen, I don't know. But yeah, I think that it was it. So when it fell flat, it fell flat.
It felt real flat.
Whereas like if there's like 5 or 6 of you in a screen,
no one laughs, then it's like, oh okay.
Yeah, you're like, oh okay, yeah, maybe maybe we all just don't feel that vibe.
Yeah.
But when there's like nearly 70 odd people, and you're all like, oh,
just a few
the crickets, the crickets are out, and like the odd like,
yeah.
And I feel like those bits are the annoying bits that I find, where he like does an analogy. I think that's probably just it. Maybe it's just the times when he does an analogy and he describes how something feels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that sort of stuff I'm not a vibe of. But when he does his quips in response to something that's happened, that's when I'm like, that's gold, Ryan Reynolds. That's what I like.
Like that.
Yeah. But also Taika Waititi he's really starting to grind on me a bit.
Yeah.
Because he just does the same thing in every film. Like when he plays like character. Come on, bro, it's fucking cool. I don't know. I don't know if it's because obviously this character's meant to be annoying and a dick.
Yeah.
But it felt like again it was this improv style, like
it was a bit overkill, wasn't it?
And it was really over the top, and it was like it was done by someone you can tell. I don't know. I don't want to sound like ageist or anything.
Thanks.
But like, yeah, I don't know if it's obviously because of the character is a bit older and he's like really out of touch. But just some of the things he was saying and just like the way he acted, it was just like, I don't know. too over the top and too funny. And it just, I didn't really find like some of the stuff. I mean, there was the odd bit that got me, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to be like a superhero team, yeah. And then he was like, get back to work. You know what I mean? Just stuff like the little bits like that. I'm like, yeah, they're funny, but then I'm like, I do forget that this is a kids' film, and kids do like over the top, sort of like ridiculous sort of characters, don't they? Yeah. So, you know, I can't really have too much of a gripe about like a family-friendly film having an annoying over-the-top character, because it happens, doesn't it? Like that's why those characters are in there to keep kids' attention, because it's like, oh, they're being silly and funny, like, you know, it's drawing that fine line between like a character that's really scary and like a character that's like shit. Joe Keery was good, wasn't he? I liked him.
He was good.
Him and Jodie Comer. She was very good. I liked her.
She was. Her accents were great.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, miss. That American accent was flawless.
Yeah. I quite liked how like, at the beginning they were like, oh, is that a fake British accent? And I was like, oh.
Hey, no, it's not.
But
yeah, I liked her.
how old is she?
I don't know. I was just about to say.
In Killing Eve, she seems to be way older.
I swear she's like 30s.
Yeah, whereas in this,
Mid-30s maybe?
because obviously Joe Keery's a young man, but then she seemed really young in this as well.
She seemed,
and that's what sort of confused me, because I was like, have they aged her up in Killing Eve, or have they aged her down in this?
No, I think it was, I don't know if it's just the hair, you know, the character.
Yeah,
It's like,
what it was, but I was,
your haircut could really change how you look.
yeah.
And things like that. And, yeah, obviously her character in Killing Eve is very like.
She's fucking mental, man. She's fucking mental. But no, I thought she was good. Ryan Reynolds was good at those times where he just wasn't grinding on my gears. His best mate Buddy, he was great.
He was so good.
Like, I felt like he had the right level of like goofiness, enthusiasm, a bit improv-y as well.
Yeah.
But then that's probably because he wasn't in it that much. Like, he was a supporting character.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I was fine with it, because he wasn't like one of the main characters. And when he turned up, he had those like sincere moments as well.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah, that whole conversation they had.
in the flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, oh yeah.
He was like, oh, like
live in the moment. So like, I'm here with my
no,
best mate.
It's real for us. And I was like,
oh. I feel like
nice.
that's the other thing about this film that I really enjoyed, because you can tell it's written by someone and it's really sincere.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know what we were saying about G.I. Joe, where it's like it just felt like it was written by someone. And obviously, you know, I know it takes a lot to go into writing a film and all that sort of stuff, and you know, not every film is always going to land a punch, and you know, films are subjective. I'm like, you can feel when someone's written a film and they like genuinely like care about the film, the thing that it's about, and the characters in it. And I feel like this is a prime example of it, because this felt like, you know, they understood the characters and where they were coming from, and the world that they created, and they know about video games, and the like relationship between Joe Keery and Jodie Comer, and their little thing was really sweet and really cute as well. Even though I really don't understand it actually until the very end.
Right.
Because she basically watched back the same video message.
Yeah.
That said the exact same thing.
He told you that Ryan Reynolds' character
was based on you. Like, it was like why he
was based on like the whole idea of finding love, and then would you not have twigged that like the things he liked were the same things you liked?
Yeah.
Where do you think that came from?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that created the character.
Yeah. Like. Yeah.
Come on, hon. Fill up.
And when you were literally like, oh, we're going on swings and we're having bubblegum and this sort of shit, I was like, really?
Like some high-tech game code, you know, very bright. Oh yeah.
No. Because she's too in the world, man.
She was very in the world.
She was very. I love her. I mean,
it's literally not even real.
said, I had a couple of gripes with it.
Yeah, but
You know, no film's like you come away and you're like, oh, perfection, pure cinema. You know, I mean, it's never going to be pure cinema. But fuck it, it was good fun, and I was like, I quite liked how they could get away with some janky CGI because it was like, it's a video game.
It's a game.
And I was like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Not even bothered by it,
No.
you know. And yeah, they just sort of like addressed the silliness, which is what we were saying about G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing that you need. You need to acknowledge that the thing that you're basing it on is silly because you're basing it on the fucking G.I. Joe was based on a load of fucking toy line, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, from the 80s, 70s, 80s, whatever it fucking was.
Yeah.
It's like, acknowledge that this is silly. Stop trying to take it seriously.
Exactly.
Like if this was a serious game, if this was a film and it took it seriously, it'd be fucking so much shit.
Yeah. It just wouldn't make sense. You'd be like, wait, what?
But yeah, I feel like you can tell Ryan Reynolds had a big hand in quite a lot of this. Because I saw that he'd like produced it and stuff, but I feel like some of like the gags and the jokes and just like little tidbits just had that sort of Ryan Reynolds essence. What?
Your favourite word.
What, tidbits?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby!
Love a good tidbit.
But it just had that sort of like, you can tell he like read the script and was like, this is great. Just to give it a bit more oomph.
Yeah.
Because I know how audiences liked Deadpool, for example.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna put and like a little bit of Hobbs and Shaw in there. You know what I mean? It's got that Ryan Reynolds charm, the charm to it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is not a bad thing. He's on fire at the minute. I'm glad that there's been that like Ryan Reynolds renaissance sort of. You know, like your Matthew McConaughey renaissance. Yeah. You know, ever since Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds has been having a great time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good. It's what we like. I like to have that time. One bit I was in sort of two minds about though. Captain America and Star Wars references.
Oh, the Captain America reference was great. Like, you laughed
I
at that,
did, because I was not expecting it, and
everyone
and you know
laughed
me,
at that bit.
I love a bit of sexy Chris
that
Evans.
was great.
Anytime Chris Evans is on screen, if he's got a beard, even better. And I was like, great.
And it was literally like a
the
split
music,
second,
the
and
fucking
it was,
dun, 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 and I was like, because it happened, and I was
that
like,
whole like Marvel thing, and everyone was like, oh, and then it showed Chris Evans, and everyone was like, what?
yeah, and then I was.
It was like a double reaction at once.
Because it makes me think, like, would that have happened if Disney hadn't bought Fox?
Probably not.
Probably not, would it? But
I was thinking about it afterwards. I was like, is that allowed?
And then I feel like,
no, yeah, it is.
And then I feel like the Star Wars lightsaber bit, and I was just like, that bit.
I think that was
like,
a bit overkill.
I was like, all right, Disney, stop like fucking sucking yourself off, like get
like,
over it.
oh, we own all this stuff, by the way, like.
And then that bit, you know, when
These
she
are
was
our
like,
rights.
yeah, bitch, it's a lightsaber, and I was like, why are you telling the audience that? We see it. We know you're playing the Star Wars music.
Yeah.
Also,
I think everyone on the planet knows what a lightsaber is.
And I was also like, you're in a video game, but like, would you really play? Like, you know what I mean? So, in theory, when you're playing that video game, when you get the lightsaber out, it plays the Star Wars music.
Yeah.
And then it does the same with the Captain America shield and the Hulk arm as well. Interesting. But yeah, it was that. I think it was the lightsaber bit that just sort of.
It was just a bit.
It just
too
went
much.
too far for me. That's
Yeah.
when I was like, oh yeah, fucked it, mate.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I liked the Captain America bit because I was just like, just enough, just sweet enough,
Yeah.
and I was like, yes. But that bodybuilder guy that he's fighting is terrifying. That weird
Dude.
CGI face
my
thing
God,
that they
that was-
had on him.
That was so funny.
That
like,
was- it
that
was-
whole idea behind that character was
Yeah.
hilarious. Like,
But that face was also terrifying.
It
It
was
reminded me
pretty
of Space
scary.
Jam. You know, when Don Cheadle's character
yeah,
became just CGI, and it was like kind of his face, but not.
yeah.
It was like the same thing, but this was like,
It was weird.
yeah.
I did think when like when they first revealed him, I was like, who is this gonna be then? And I was like, is this gonna be like The Rock or something ridiculous?
I thought that's what it was, because I was like,
he was really muscly, and then it just showed his face, and I was like,
yeah,
oh.
because I was like, Ryan Reynolds has got, so he's got Channing Tatum in this. He's also got Hugh Jackman in this.
Yeah.
It
like
definitely
2
was
minutes,
Hugh
but
Jackman.
I think
I was fully
right.
expecting, you know, in that like little bit at the end,
Yeah.
the wrapping up bit, I was fully expecting him to take his hood down and be like, "G'day, mate. I'm bloody hell are you, mate?"
Yeah, bloody pops out as like Wolverine or
Yeah.
something.
And I was like, he's friends with The Rock. But then I still reckon that The Rock did that voiceover of that guy in the bank at the beginning. You know, when I turned to you and I was like, that sounds like The Rock. You know, the guy who like robbed the bank.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
Oh, did you not?
No.
You know the guy when Guy,
Mm-hmm.
he takes the sunglasses and the gun from the guy
Yeah.
and he shoots him. That sounded so much like The Rock.
Oh, maybe it was.
And I could have, maybe I didn't say it to you, maybe I just thought it. But I was like,
no.
it sounded so much like him. And I
Yeah.
was like, is that him?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was, considering the amount of like cameos and stuff.
Well,
that
yeah,
were in
and
this
that's what I
film.
was thinking, because I was like, well, Channing Tatum's in this already, so, and I was like, they did work together on Thingy, and then Hugh Jackman turned up, and then Chris Evans turned up,
Yeah,
so I was
why
like,
not?
okay, yeah, cool.
They could all be here.
Yeah, cool, I like it, but yeah, I was about to say something else, I can't remember what. Obviously not important. Must have been a lie. No, it's gone. It's gone.
We were talking about the freaky CGI of buff dude. We were talking about The Rock. We thought it was going to be The Rock.
Yeah. No, gone. Completely gone. Yeah,
Well done.
obviously not important. So
Not important.
don't even worry about it. I loved fucking Taika Waititi. Just be like, don't even worry about it. Because you know, I listen to Weekly Planet, and it's such like an Australian New Zealand thing.
Yeah.
Because they always say it on there, and they're always like, mate, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
And then when like Taika Waititi came in, he's like, mate, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And he said it like 5 times, and I was like, brilliant.
He's from down.
Well,
Not quite.
down under.
Down under, down under.
Down under the equator is where he is from. But yeah.
Windows, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought it was a good film. I really enjoyed lots of it. Not even really that much that I didn't like.
No.
Like little bits, but not major.
No.
I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Oh no, I remember what I was going to say. It's to do with cameos.
Oh yeah.
Twitch streamers.
Yeah. Weren't a fan of that. Not a fan of the old.
I was like, I get it,
the
because
old
obviously,
actual-
because you know they want. It's a game about video games, and streamers are quite prevalent with video
that
games.
they are, yeah.
Funnily enough, they're quite heavily associated.
Mhm.
And B, it's a great way for them to market the film, because they say, "Oh, hey." I don't even know any of the streamers. I was there. I was like, Ninja, I think, was, you know, I feel like the thing that annoyed me about them was, I was like, is the way that they shot them quite obviously in a studio and tried to pawn it off as if it was like their home setup,
Yeah.
because they were shot using like film cameras, and like they were acting as if they were like news reporters and stuff,
Yeah.
which I get is the point. But I
Yeah.
think it was because it was like Ninja, and then it was like the Australian guy as well. Don't know who the Australian guy is. Where they would just cut to, and it'd just be them in a black room with their computer in front of them, and they'd be like
Yeah.
talking to the camera. And I was like, really? But then there was the Jacksepticeye guy. I think he's Irish,
Yeah.
Scottish, English. One of them. I'd heard of him.
Irish, I think.
Yeah, I'd heard of him. I think Danny at work had said about him before. I knew of him, and I was like, oh, okay, he's in this. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I've seen lately a bit about that Pokimane. I don't really know, but I think that's because they said released something about Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I saw an article on Facebook about her saying something about something.
Yeah.
I can't really remember.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think it was she'd said like, it was like, oh, one of those clickbaity ones where it was like, oh, Pokimane says this is the reason that people keep giving money to really rich streamers and all this. And I was like, I don't give a shit, so I'm not gonna sort of scroll past it. I was like, yeah, nah, whatever. That's why I remember, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wasn't really a fan of those bits. I also didn't quite believe that everyone in the world was watching this video game stream when it was like, what was it, that square in Tokyo, like Times Square and all these like random places,
on all these TVs,
playing on all these,
and everyone was gathering around to watch it.
Yeah, and I was like, it's like they've forgotten how streaming works, because there was those points where it was like India and China, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and they were like ran in, and it was like this old. And when I say old, I mean must have been like a 90s TV or like something.
Box TV.
Which doesn't even, it would have had your SCART leads in it, wouldn't
it?
And like 5 channels at most.
Yeah.
And they were like watching streams. I was like,
yeah, no.
You don't know how this works. I was like, you've forgotten how this works. Like, you don't need to show everyone in the world watching it.
No.
Because no one in the world would be watching it. Like, realistically.
Maybe a few.
Because in fucking Fortnite, they had Ariana Grande have like a virtual concert or whatever, and I'm like, it's like that would take precedence over, I don't know, all the billboards and everything in Times Square, or like being on the 4 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that, realistically, get out. Like, it would be in the entertainment section, you know, on ITV2 or MTV, you know, when they have like the quick 5-minute breaks between, you know, at the end of Geordie Shore during the adverts, but before Catfish starts, and then they go, oh, we're just gonna have a quick look at the entertainment news, and then they're like, oh, Ariana Grande had her Fortnite whatever, and then it's like, oh, and then I don't know, someone else did it, you know, those like quick 5-minute segments, and it would be like, oh, Little Mix, they all had their babies and all that sort of stuff, and then it was like, this is a 5-minute entertainment roundup sort of thing. Like, that's the sort of thing it would be. It wouldn't be like, imagine that on like ITV News, like dun dun dun, and then there's a video game guy who's an NPC,
maybe alive,
an NPC character who is now a self-sufficient AI living in a virtual world, is being the good guy and creating all the other NPCs from stopping, like getting them to like free will and shit like that. I mean, actually, when you put it like that, it's actually really interesting. But it wouldn't be like, as it unfolds, they wouldn't be like, we're not gonna cut to, we're gonna cut off Midsummer Murders to show the fucking Twitch stream of what was it, Free City or whatever?
Yeah, it's not like it's a bloody live announcement from Downing Street or like Buckingham Palace or something. Like,
reminds me, have you seen that video where it's like, oh, how Radio 1 like said about Prince Philip dying, and it was just like in the build up, and then it was like, His Royal Majesty Prince Philip has died. And I was like, brilliant, mate. That was so good. But yeah, that was another thing. I was just like, really? But then I was like, fuck it, whatever. You know, cool.
Let you have your way.
Yeah, like, it's all good fun. Because I feel like, you know, if I hadn't been enjoying the film up to that point, I would have been like, this is fucking stupid. I was like, this is going on the list of things I don't like about this. Because I was enjoying it. I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Yeah, cool. You know, whatever. Yeah. Anything else to say about them? No?
Enjoyed. Go watch.
Right, when would you get it?
I don't know about this whole rating. Can't I just go back to my stars?
No.
Maybe a bargain bin.
I don't know if I might just. I would probably buy that.
Would you buy it? Yeah.
So I think it'd be one of those ones where I'd buy it and then I'd encourage people to watch it. I'd be like, hey, you guys want to watch a fun film? Let's watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really would. I swear to God, when that comes out on Blu-ray, if I don't fucking buy it straight away, I look like a fucking liar.
I'm gonna tell everyone.
You're like, he's a liar, he's a bullshitter.
Like, Free Guy was out this week and he
Didn't buy it. He's a fraud.
He's a liar.
He fucking lied. But no, I would get that on. I'd get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I'd buy it on Blu-ray. I might not pre-order it.
No.
But when I get the email to say that it's now available,
Yeah.
I'd be like,
You'd pay
yeah, I'd pay for it.
the big full price for it.
I would pay full price for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was good. Yeah. Sorted?
Okay. Sorted.
Nothing else? Nope. Right, sweet, that's all.
And there it was, our driving home review. Very interesting. Was it controversial? Possibly. This is pre-recorded, so deal with it. Anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want to get in touch, give us a follow on Insta, Twitter, or give us a like on Facebook, where we're Driving Home Reviews. It'd be great if you could subscribe and leave a nice juicy 5-star review, and maybe I'll buy you a pint. Is this bribery? Probably. But tune in next time for another Driving Home review. Bye bye!